I'm Travis Carey, realtor here in Denver, Colorado. Today on Exploring Neighborhoods, we're going to check out Sloan's Lake and see why people consider this one of the most desirable places to live here in Denver. Let's take a look. So back in 1861, there was a farmer right here, and his name is Thomas Sloan, and this was actually a whole pasture for his cattle. He goes out one day and decides he needs to dig a well in the middle of this lake. What he didn't realize is that he actually dug down and hit into an aquifer. He went to bed that night, he woke up the next morning, and this was his pasture, almost 200 acres of a lake. Now, to give you a little bit of the history of this area, when it first happened, this was actually called Sloan's Leak from what Mr. Sloan did. But it became actually one of the coolest places for people that lived in Denver to come and go fishing, swimming. They used to cut holes in the ice in the winter and they would do like a polar plunge. We had one of the biggest attractions in Denver back in the 1950s was a drive-in movie theater up here. And now today, it's still one of the most desirable places as people can come here with non-motorized boats, paddleboards, kayaks, and they can go out on the water. From the 1920s to about the 1950s, this whole area started to become a really desirable residential area because we're only 3 miles to the northwest of downtown Denver. We sit between Denver and the Rocky Mountains. You have outdoor activities with paths going around this entire lake, and you're still pretty much close to everything. In the recent few decades, many people have actually moved into this area, whether homeowners themselves or investors, and they've taken these homes that were built in the 1920s to the 1950s, and they've scraped them and built these beautiful multi-million-dollar homes that overlook Sloan's Lake. So this area really is a huge gentrification area of Denver. Okay, so you're probably wondering about real estate in the Sloan's Lake community. So let me tell you a little bit. First of all, about 66% of people who live here own their home, which is significantly a higher percentage than most neighborhoods in Denver. So the biggest thing with Sloan's Lake is that you get a lifestyle and not just a home. What developers actually have done is created a number of different types of living styles. So you can buy a condo, a row home, a townhome, or a scraped single-family home with a rooftop patio in the millions. And our range really comes from about 400,000 all the way up into several million. There's a little bit of something for everybody, but honestly, people don't move here to stay inside of their house. They move here because of this. It's a super desirable place for somebody that wants to be close to the city, but also have a lake type of lifestyle and the Rocky Mountains in the background. So let's go check out one of the coolest properties in this area over on Grove Street. Okay, so if you're familiar with Denver, then you know that the northwest corridor of the Denver metro area is filled with gentrification. This is a perfect example. We're gonna explore this house today, but the first thing I wanna show you is to the left and to the right, we have houses built in the early 19th century. Investors and homeowners are coming in here, buying these properties, scraping them, and then building these magnificent modern homes, open floor plans with some of the most magnificent primary suites, and a lot of them even have rooftop balconies that overlook downtown Denver or the whole Front Range Mountains. Let's take a look. Okay, so the Sloan's Lake neighborhood is actually a pretty balanced market. It's slightly a little bit more on the buyer's side right now. In the last 12 months, we've seen about a 4 to 10% reduction as of today, July 2025, in the market. We've got approximately somewhere between 70 and 85 homes for sale. And again, they range from the $400,000 range up into the millions. But one thing that I want to show you that I think is a huge selling point to this neighborhood is the Edgewater Public Market. It's one of the coolest places. Let's go check it out and explore a little bit. Right now we're in the Edgewater Public Marketplace, sitting just 2 blocks away from Sloan's Lake. A lot of people will go out and paddleboard and then come here and grab a bite to eat. This location was actually developed and opened in 2019. Behind me, this building actually used to be a grocery store, but like most of Denver, it's redeveloped. Now it's one of the most happening places to be in Denver. When people think of outdoor living in Denver, this exemplifies exactly what they're talking about. During the summer months, this place is hopping with all kinds of people. It's packed. I'm Travis Carey. I want to thank you for joining us today on this episode of Exploring Neighborhoods in Denver, Colorado. Today we took a look at Sloan's Lake. I hope you enjoyed everything today, and I look forward to seeing you on our next neighborhood video.